So this is the second half of a enoughness practice to focus on the breath. I started with the pause so that I could center and clear up some of my own internal doubt about enoughness, about trust in the flow of prana. And now I welcome the breath practice, the pranayama practice, to tickle the edges of that control, the edges of that effort to build resilience and tolerance of stress from that reserve of my own enoughness. Anatomically, that's a reserve of breath in my lungs. And perhaps it's a reserve of hope or faith in my spirit. So land, invite yourself into this moment just as you are, knowing that you, show you my wristband, are enough, just as you are. I struggle with that, hence the mantra right there on my wrist. The breath flow in and out. Notice its pace, notice its timing, notice its rhythm. Welcome the balance of in and out. The gratitude of receiving and the relief of releasing, of letting go. And then bring in a slight interruption, just a pause halfway through the inhale. So inhale, pause, continue to inhale. I liken this to when I'm on my way somewhere and I'm excited, or I'm in a bit of a hurry, or maybe I'm even running a bit late. And then I hit an obstacle. Maybe I forgot something and I have to turn around. I do that a lot. Maybe it's a stoplight that I didn't really want to slow down for. Right? But let that interruption not be so much of a derailment, but rather a mini pause before you continue on your way. Can you consider that as a benefit, not only to your journey, but so that when you arrive, you're a little more aligned with your authenticity, yourself. Let's try that. As I repeat this interrupted pause, I find that the length of the breath, the volume of the breath expands, as does the comfort in that interrupted pause. What are you noticing for you? Let's move where that pause expands to the fullness. So take your full breath in, linger in that fullness, and then let it out. Don't linger so long that there's a building of pressure or panic. Just long enough to bear witness, as if to say, hey, look at me. I'm pausing. And then let it go. This is a little bit like when I can really notice the presence, the mindfulness in the moment. It's almost like I'm pulled out of it instantly and like, hey, look at you. You're doing it. That's what it feels like when my breath is really grounded and I linger in that top. All right, let's switch that control up again, this time interrupting the exhale, right? So halfway exhale, pause, continue the exhale. And this might be a little bit like if I'm on my way somewhere and I'm not quite ready, or I'm anxious about where I'm going or what's awaiting me on the other side, maybe I pull over and take a moment to center. Let this pause be about down regulating so that when we arrive at the very bottom, at the full empty, we're actually ready to receive what arrives in that space, in that moment. So the inhale, followed by an interrupted exhale. If you're feeling any resistance to that exhaling pause, perhaps it's about wanting to be at that next destination. And can you build that sense of affirmation that the process is as important as the destination? Trust the unfolding, trust the flow. Because now we're going to shift once again to pausing at the emptiness. Complete that exhale all the way and then linger just a bit to notice before you take in the next breath. Linger at both the top and the bottom. So an inhale, pause, exhale, pause. As we build our tolerance and our comfort in that fullness, we're building our capacity and tolerance for more, right? For the abundance, for perhaps even life's overwhelm. As we get more and more comfortable with the pause and the emptiness, we build our resilience for patience in the process, our waiting, our sense of, again, that insurance reserve, I am enough, even though I feel empty. And then let's shift one more time, this time bringing in all 4 pauses, halfway in, at the full, halfway out, and out. And this is to mimic a little bit more about mindfully moving through our day, our efforting to show up, and our permission and allowing to return home to our sense of safety and self, to our sense of connection and community, to our sense of quiet introspection. Halfway in, full in, halfway out, complete out. Find a pace that works for you. Release the pranayama control and come back to an easy ebb and flow. Just notice the quality and the state of your being. Whether you are at your fullest capacity or currently feeling completely depleted, you are enough. You've always been enough. You always will be enough. Bring your hands to rest together. Take one more breath in and out. May you breathe deeply, move freely, labor lovingly, and live vibrantly. May you trust this ebb and flow, this gratitude and relief that prana offers. You are enough. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me, for being here. Be well.